Hello everybody, welcome back to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia for the FIBA Asia Cup quarterfinals. It's Australia taking on Philippines.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's me, your Nike.
Iran also facing Chinese Taipei. That'll be later tonight. Then China against Korea and New Zealand squaring off against Lebanon tomorrow. So the cream rising to the top as you look at the bracket. Australia, if they win this, you can see going up against the Philippines and also Iran, Chinese Taipei. Lots of good matchups to look forward to in this tournament. And what better person to commentate on Australia against the Philippines than me? No, I'm just kidding. Then Andrew Gaze. Andrew, the Australia legend, the Hall of Famer, FIBA Hall of Famer. This is a tasty matchup, Andrew.
Well, it certainly is for a variety of reasons. And first and foremost, we've got two quality teams. Now, Australia will go in as the overwhelming favourites. You've got to go back to 1974 since the last time the Philippines have actually beaten Australia. Now, they've only played 5 times, but this is a good-looking Philippines team, and Justin Brownlee has been one of the elite players in the tournament. If it was not for him, they would not be in this game. A big shot against Saudi Arabia, 3 points down in the dying seconds to send it in overtime. And then for Australia, they've pretty much dominated right throughout. Lebanon did test them, only won that game by 13 points. But outside of that, they've had a pretty significant margin. But as you mentioned, we're getting to the pointy end right now, and anything can happen, particularly with a raucous fans for the Philippines. They are loud, they're passionate, and who knows what can happen with that type of support.
Yeah, it's the one thing you always look forward to when the Philippines play. Not only, you know, it's fun watching them play, but their fans, they like cheer every second.
They do, every play.
Every play, every aspect of every play.
Yeah. No, it's fun. It's a fun place to play. I'm willing to say, I've been to the Philippines twice, played in the Philippines for on tours, and I don't know of a more passionate fan base. Now, they do it differently, and I'm sure the Serbian fans out there are going to say, hang on a second, have you ever seen Partizan a game or a Red Star game? But these fans, they love basketball like no other.
And they love hearing the national anthems, and so do we.
The national anthem of the
players
Philippines
are on the court.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Australia.
impeccably observed both national anthems, and these two familiar adversaries meet in midcourt. Adam Capehorn, Tim Cone as well. Cone, the coach of Philippines, who are a little bit shorthanded. Noah Tana, obviously the injury that he suffered, and also no CJ Perez. Referees for today's game, this much highly anticipated affair. Ahmed Ali Yassin Al-Shuwaili from Iraq, Wissam Zain from Syria, and also from Jordan, Mohammed Taha. So, cut in when you want to.
No, it's going to be an interesting one. A lot of history, of course. We go back to the qualification series back in 2019 when there's a game in the Philippines and it was an all-in brawl, an international incident that made news right throughout the world. 13 players ejected, 4 from the Philippines, 9 from the Philippines, 4 from Australia. But none of the players on the Australian team were a part of that. So that it's a nasty stain on the history.
Scotty Thompson, Junmar Fajardo, Dwight Ramos, Justin Brownlee, and AJ Edu starting for Gilas. And you did see Oftan and CJ Perez among the reserves, but they are not going to play unless I'm completely missing something. Tim Cone,
no, you're not.
The head coach. He's got to believe that. I mean, he rose from the dead because they were out,
gone.
They were gone, and then they came back and stunned Saudi Arabia, forcing overtime. Justin Brownlee with the three-pointer that tied it, and just overall sensational effort from Gilas.
Well, Justin Brownlee is a bona fide star. He's the candidate for MVP of the tournament, and this Australian starting lineup, it's special. Jalen Galloway's the standout. Foxwell just continues to grow. Xavier Cooks is an Olympian, as is Jack McVeigh. Xavier Cooks is not an Olympian, but Jack McVeigh and Will Magnay are both. And this bench, the depth, the pace at which they play, Adam Capehorn is the new head coach, and he's the one that's instilling this up-tempo, explosive way to play about putting heat on the rim and shooting threes. It's the modern game, and he is trying to implement his systems, which will take a bit of time.
I love watching the Boomers play at the Asia Cup. I mean, they bring new faces every time, and it's funny how all of a sudden, once they play for Australia at the Asia Cup, some of these guys all of a sudden become linchpins or people that they heavily depend on in their international campaigns. They might not make it all the way to the Olympics or the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Some of them do, and it's been a great exercise for that team.
Foxy not too far out and a bit of momentum. If he's denied, just keep your dribble off the sideline. Save layup is first thing. Galloway, you're on the wing, on the rim, and we're flaring McVeigh to the corner. Nothing on, we just get it out and get into shoulder. Let's go, boys.
Andrew, there's CJ Perez, so you can see he's got we understood he had a broken bone in the little collision that he had the other night, which has ruled him out from Saudi Arabia. And then Altana also had an injury. I think it was a sprained ankle.
Yeah.
Australia healthy. They avoided the qualification to the quarterfinal.
Yeah, that's right. And it's number 32 for the Philippines that you want to keep your eye on. 23 points, 56% from the field, but cop this, 50% from threes. Not on small volume either. He's 13 of 26, so, and throwing almost 6 boards a game. He is a special talent. Galloway's been the standout for Australia.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Jeddah here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Australia against the Philippines underway in the first quarterfinal of this great competition. Australia winning the opening tip and attacking the basket to the right. And the hottest hand in that Boomers team starts things off with a three-pointer, Galloway.
Yeah, nice set coming out for the first possession. And how do you leave Galloway that open? Clearly,
somebody didn't read the scout.
Well, if the on-ball screens, I think you got to switch if Galloway sets the pick, because if he's picking and popping, he is being lights out from the three-point line.
Brownlee going up against Magnay. Scotty Thompson. Heard the crowd cheer, the anticipation that it might go in. Foxwell for three, and it's back to Australia from day one, the way they started against those group phase opponents.
Yeah, against Qatar, if you remember, poor start. I think they were been 1 of 9 from the three-point line to start. This one here, back-to-back threes.
Brownlee, foul by Galloway. Well, Brownlee just, he's taken over. I mean, if you need a miracle,
yeah.
Okay, we're at the start of the game, but it just kind of reminds you just how good this guy is.
Yeah. Adam Capon yelling out, don't help. I think Galloway was right there. Not sure about the foul, but he was certainly right there to contest, and Brownlee just good enough to knock it down in a 4-point play. Oh my.
And another three-pointer, starting like a house on fire.
Galloway in particular. Stagger screens. Before this game, he was shooting at 73%, if you don't mind, from the three-point line. Outrageous numbers, and he's come out and gone whackety-whack.
Here he goes. June Moore gets blocked. Oh, Edu. Did he get it off in time? Yes, he did. Doesn't matter. Galloway again gets pushed.
Oh. He is showing the complete package. Boy, has this guy done some work. Looks like he's got his body in just pristine condition. The three ball's always been there. And sometimes, you know, in the NBL you see perhaps the decision making a little questionable, but not here. He has just continued to grow, work on his game, and he is going to be something to watch in the upcoming NBL season. Playing with a teammate of Xavier Cooks. What a combination.
Well, he shows he's not perfect.
No.
How dare he miss a free throw? But he has started strong, continued his outstanding play. Sometimes you might wonder, Andrew, if you don't play in the qualification to the quarterfinal, might you lose your rhythm? But Australia looked to be in their rhythm. Here's Ramos. Dwight Ramos missing. Now Cooks over to Foxwell. Pulls up, and now a chance to run. And Vilas are going to hold it up.
Only had 1 foot in the front court for those at home, thinking, hang on, he stepped over the line. You've got to have both feet, and the ball has to cross the line before you get a backcourt violation.
There's Brownlee fouled by Foxwell.
Yeah, it's interesting. You're watching, I get to watch Adam Capon in his first opportunity to be the head coach. He is engaged. Every possession, he doesn't seem all that upset despite, he doesn't seem all that happy despite a 6-point lead.
Edu turns, kind of blocks by the Boomers. And Ramos well guarded by Cooks.
You'll be happy with that. Coach's delight when you see your defense so swarming that prevents your opponents from even getting a look at a shot.
And it goes, Cooks missing. Jumar Fajardo may have knocked that off the rim. Oh boy, and the referee has fallen down. He gets up, chases back into position. Zane yells at the mop man to get the moisture off the ground, off the hardwood. Well, you don't see that often. Here's Ramos, short.
I feel like I'm at a K-pop concert or something.
Galloway, got it! Well, inching closer towards a possible MVP award, in my opinion,
100%.
the way he's played.
Just exceptional shooting. Now, he's another one that the NBA have had a look at. Played the Summer League back in 2020, 3 with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Played in the NG League with the Wisconsin Herd.
If we keep playing like this, we're gonna lose by 30. We're not moving the ball. We're getting stuck. We dribble. We pick up the dribble. We gotta get the fucking ball moving, fellas. The whole point of it. We're just trying to play these guys one-on-one. Putting the ball on the floor every time. How many shots have we played inside? We got 1 shot inside so far. Everything's been on the 3. We're not working the ball. We're not working their defense.
Gotta cut hard too. Cut hard.
Gotta move harder, fellas. Let's go.
Tim Cone, a little frustrated.
Well,
mildly.
Yeah, and his point is valid. They've had 6 field goal attempts, and 5 of them have come from the 3-point line. Only 1 shot inside the 3-point line, and he wants the ball to move. But I sympathise with the players a little bit because the Australian team is up and in. It's not a lot of freedom of movement, and even just with the passes, it's strongly contested. That's a shocking pass.
My goodness. And McVeigh just punishes him right at the other end. Ramos inside.
Well, how about that? Phil Jackson, if he was watching this game, he'd go, yes, I like it. Little triangle action.
McVeigh for 3. My goodness.
This is some shooting display by Australia. 6 of 7. They're the same, only taking 8 shots.
They just don't miss.
And that's what I was referring to with the difficulty the Philippines have had of moving the ball. They're getting bogged down and a lot of dribbling. That's just a poor pass and wasn't able to reel it in. But the deflection by Cooks, the hands and everything they've been able to do to push the Philippines out of any type of sets that they're trying to get to.
Oh, Edu gets it back, puts it up.
Oh.
And that is goal interference. It was on the way down already in the hoop.
Well, I think actually Will Magnay went up through the hoop.
Yeah.
Rather than from the side, yeah.
Yep, not allowed. Unless you're in the back garden. Here's White.
Oh, my.
Everybody's shooting him in, even the guys coming off the bench. I think White hot is Australia right now.
Yeah, this is something special.
It's kind of knocking the wind out of the Filipino fans. Magnay, another 3. And a rare miss, but they get the basketball back. Foxwell off 1 foot. Well, they boxed out, but nobody was there to get the rebound. Newsom guarding McVeigh, who's backing up, puts it up and misses. Sighs of relief being breathed over there on that Filipino bench. Edu.
That's not Edu's shot at this stage. Now, he can stretch the floor, but the timing of that 3-point field goal attempt was ill-advised.
Magnay! Australia cutting him open, making quick work of Gilas. They've got 24 points. And we still got 3:40 remaining.
They look fresh. Quarter. You spoke about the time off. Yep. They did have a complete day off. And then a light workout before this one.
Newsom takes a shot, misses. There is the putback attempt. Another attempt followed by Newsom and can't get it to go. McVeigh travels.
You know what, that looked really, really awkward, but I'm not sure it wasn't travel.
Yeah, I mean, watch this. 1, 2.
Now he hasn't left.
He can hold it.
Yeah.
You don't often see it like that.
Oh, it just looked really awkward.
McVeigh says, well, maybe it's not a travel, but I'm not going to get away with that, so I'm going to have to go to a different one unless the word gets out that it is legal. Here's the bounce pass. Ramos. Entry pass, Kim Bao. And Kim Bao, who sparked him in the last game, comes in. And out of bounds, White, who went up for the rim rocker.
Stepped out of bounds.
So a break. Ramos takes it in. Thought he'd be able to slide in there. Looks at his arm. Here's rain coming down. Going to bring some rain, maybe.
He's been a revelation for Australia as well this tournament.
And McVeigh falling down. Long rebound out to White.
He landed awkwardly. He's grabbing his ankle.
McVeigh?
Yeah.
Here he is again. Three-point shot. Brownlee. Zips the pass to Newsom. Kim Bao. I wonder if Cone has any regrets that he didn't start Kim Bao. Here's the foul out on the perimeter. Yes, he has been one of their better players.
He has, but he provides a spark. I think they were more trying to figure out some defensive matchups, and I think it was more a decision based on how they thought that they could contain Australia. But that, based on the score right now, like 24 points, and you still got just a couple of ticks under 2 minutes to go, the defense has not held up.
Brownlee, nowhere to throw it. Edu comes out to help. Again, the shot clock winding down. Edu picks it up. He's going to have to launch it. Newsom gets it up. Boy, they're just not functioning well. Australia obviously making things difficult, but still, they've got to do better. They should do better.
And when the passes are being contested, that's where you've got to kick into some dribble handoffs and just keep the ball moving in other ways than just with the pass.
Saw off Tana and CJ Perez at the end of the bench, not able to help out. And one of the better shooters in this competition. That's a break. Rain Smith missing. The break for Philippines. Double comes. Somebody's got to be open. Newsom, Kim Bao to the corner. Dwight Ramos from the wing. Edu gets the rebound. Offensive rebounds don't come easy against Australia, and Brownlee drives in and is fouled by White.
Brownlee, he's a tough, really tough cover, going up against an elite defender. Jack White, just that first step. As soon as he had Jack White dropping his right foot and he couldn't keep him parallel to the sideline, it was going to require some help.
There's Brownlee. It's the first. There's Perez on the left, off Tana beside him. That has to make it a little harder.
It certainly does.
Because those guys were in the rotation for Coach Cone. Well, as bad as it's been for Philippines, they're only down 12.
Spot on.
But you're down 12 against Australia. Nevertheless, it's better than it was.
It's still in that manageable category early in the game. Weather the storm.
Hickey. And Hickey gets it up and in. Oh, look at that, Tamayo! And he had it all the way, he could have dunked it.
More perceived pressure than actual pressure.
He needs to have the mindset to dunk it, doesn't he?
Yeah, flush it on someone.
Hickey, meanwhile, drives in, fearless once again, and the putback by Cooks.
And the and one.
And fouls, wow. Australia putting on a clinic in the hustle department.
Yeah, it's size and athleticism.
And determination.
See, the help comes, and then it comes from Cooks' man, and that third man rotation, there was no one there to help out on the shot. They're just checking the time of this, whether it's going to count, I think, and discussing it. To me, it was clearly off in time.
Yeah.
You want some?
Well, we were just talking about how they'd gotten it down to a manageable score, and since then, Tamayo has effectively missed a layup, and Australia have gone to the other end for a potential three-point play.
Yeah. And they put so much pressure on the Philippines' defensive transition. They're owning the glass right now, and they're exploding out of it and running in waves. It's impressive.
Tim Cone wondering if he got it off in time, thought maybe there was going to be a review. And now the crew chief is going to go over and explain, why don't you look at it? Or Cone is asking, why don't you review it?
Well, a simple question, you know what the answer should be? No, I saw it. He got it off in time. Let's not waste time going to the video review if you think it's clearly off, or have some...
That's the prerogative. Well, this will make it 29-12, but what are we waiting on?
I think they had to get it back to 1.1.
1.1, okay. So they did need to add some time. Cooks makes the shot. Ramos gets it up from a long way out. Well, that could not have gone any worse for Philippines in the first quarter to find themselves on the back foot against the favorites in this tournament. Unbelievable shooting display by Australia, but that only tells you part of the story. Their defense, stifling, suffocating. They lead it 29-12, the first quarter final over Philippines.
Yeah, it's been an explosion at both ends of the floor. Offensively at 53%, and a white hot 7 of 12 from the three-point line, 58%. In contrast, 5 of 18 for the Philippines and only 2 of 9 from, 1 of 9 from the three-point line. So Galloway has been nothing short of spectacular this entire tournament, and he got Australia off to a flyer. Brownlee was doing what he's been able to do throughout the tournament. He ended up with 6 points, a 4-point play, and the free throws. But Galloway just in the groove and seeing it, making good decisions at both ends of the floor. And for a little bit there, we thought the Philippines may have just weathered that initial storm and the offensive explosion. But the last minute of the first quarter, things started to go a little awry again. It's hard to guard Australia. They're very, very talented and athletic, but their ability to get to the cup. There's the field goal percentage that we were talking about.
Scan in the QR code to get courtside 1891 into your smartphone. Hey, listen, we got a lot of live streaming that's coming your way. You can see all the highlights, keep up with international basketball, and also a lot of friendlies in the build-ups to the continental tournaments like the Eurobasket that's coming up. That's going to be staged soon that you can watch.
Yeah, I've got the app. I tuned into the Afro Cup.
Afro-Basket, yeah.
Afro-Basket yesterday. Had some technical issues, but looks like a lot of fun.
Tamayo comes out, knocks down the three. Yeah, South Sudan, the darlings of international basketball, make it to the Olympics, falling in their first game to Guinea. Wow. And Hickey missing, and there's the putback by Magne. Well, it's been like this for much of this FIBA Asia Cup for whoever plays Australia. There is a much-needed Kiambao three-pointer. But you got to get stops at this end if you're Philippines. And Ramos picks it up. Here's Newsom, open floor. Ramos up and in. And now back to a more manageable 12-point deficit for Gilas. Australia calling timeout, leading 31-19.
A quick timeout and great start to the quarter by the Philippines. Knocking down the shot. There's that.
Yeah, scanning the QR code. Get courtside 1891.
Right, keep touching the paint here. We're going slash. So, breaker, get it up. Slash. Galloway. Hit Zave, Davo. Zave will throw it in. Wait when it's in. Galloway, back screen. Look for this layup. Benny looking weak side. Good with that. It's just all about stops. Now this group plays higher tempo, so be ready to red. Be ready to red. You're in a green. Wait, red. Yep, you're in red. Go with that. Here we go. Here we go, boys.
Well, his greens and reds that he's talking about is what they're going to be doing on the defensive end. That might be a carryover from Brian Goorjian, because he was ones that used colours for his.
Hey, one of the answers
strategy.
is to bring Henshaw in for Australia.
Yeah, I mean, all 12 guys are going to play for Australia in this one.
Are we undervaluing Philippines' capability against Australia? Let's be honest here. I mean, we think that Australia going to come in and beat them pretty decisively, but this is a basketball country. Maybe they're going to give them a run.
Yeah.
Remember, they had to come through the qualification of the quarterfinal, needed overtime to beat Saudi Arabia, not to mention a minor miracle. Oh, my.
Foul call. Galloway got hit on the layup. It was a late call. I reckon it was one of those ones, if it had gone in, they probably wouldn't have called it. Have a look. Right.
I don't see too much there. Nope, don't see it.
You don't see it?
I didn't see much in a FIBA Asia Cup that has quite a bit of contact.
Yeah.
But Philippines must be, I mean, I'm not sure Tim Cohn saw it either.
No, the foul's on Ramos.
I need a different angle.
Yeah, maybe it's my green and gold bias, perhaps.
Well, the ball didn't lie, so he makes both. Takes it back to a 14-point lead. Brownlee, nowhere to go. Back to Newsom. Tamayo. A long three with the hand in the face. And Philippines have to be a little bit better moving, and Hickey drives in for the slam.
K-Point asked for getting feet in the paint and attacking the rim, and Will Hickey took it literally.
There's Newsom. Everything contested. The ball's not moving as fast at the Philippines end. There's Cooks fighting for position. Kiambao, Magne. Henshaw drives in. Cooks, as always, keeps it alive. Ramos gets the basketball. Magne, looks like Brownlee might be able to go past him if he wanted. Takes a difficult three-pointer. A double pump three.
Yeah, he saw he got Magne in the air, and he tried to jump into him to draw the foul.
Hickey walking the tightrope of the baseline. Galloway step back and misses. But a foul called, trying to box him out.
Yeah, just held his arm, held Cook's arm. It's going to be underneath. It's not going to be a shooting foul. Wholesale changes for Australia.
Wessels, McVeigh, White. Remember, this is a quarterfinal. Australia the favorites. They've won it the last two times, 2017, 2022. Just held on to beat Lebanon in 2022.
Say that, only just in 2022. That was...
Albeit a lot of missed free throws for Australia in that game, if memory serves correctly. Hickey taking nothing away from Lebanon. And nice defense. Hickey has to be careful. Talking to the refs. Here's Ramos. Kiambao for three. Wow. Well, he's rising to the occasion.
It's been a big part of what they've been doing throughout the tournament, but they've desperately needed him this afternoon, averaging 11 points in the tournament.
Oh, block. Wessels gets it.
It's interesting with this Australian lineup on the floor at the moment. They don't have your stereotypical point guard. They have guys that can handle the ball and bring it up, but that stereotypical playmaker creator, got guys that can really athletic and get to the rim. And just as I said that, I see Foxwell
checking in,
getting ready to check in.
Good rebound, White. Rebounds the runs. Hickey going up against Kiambao, a little turnaround. 15-point advantage for the Boomers. Oh, look at Hickey. Oh my. And Malonzo loses possession cheaply. Having checked in, hasn't played much.
The relentless pressure. There's the foul, just grabbed Hickey, but just that relentless on-ball pressure and competing every single time. Well done to Hickey. This is him down the other end, stuffing one in.
Foxwell back in. I mean, Australia brought some good centers with Magne and Wessels. Also Bannon, here's Wessels.
Great pass by McVeigh.
Kiambao is doing all he can, but Philippines just can't get many stops. Foxwell down low, has it intended for McVeigh, but knocked away. Ramos blocking foul on Foxwell.
That's just a simple action, but when you've got the execution, now the antidote to that, if that's the type of defense you're going to play, more ball pressure. They just can't allow McVeigh.
Alonso gets blocked by White. Excellent play, Jack White. McVeigh off the glass and in. And Australia just putting on a clinic.
They make a run, cut it to 12. And it's like then Australia have got another gear. They just go to another gear and extend it back out.
This game played at a much slower pace than what we saw last night with Lebanon and Japan. Lebanon just sped up that game. Kim Bao, another 3. But again, they got to get stops for his points to really matter. They're not making any. And he's going to come out of the game. I think he might be asking him to come out for a breather.
Did. What are you doing, Kim Bao?
You got to stay in. You're the only guy scoring.
The team needs you. Get a little rest in the corner here. You get us some rest there.
Hopefully Tim Cohn didn't see him. Wessels turns. Finally, they're able to kind of at least keep him from going to the basket. Again, for 3. Heat check. Three-point shot, and Rain Smith a little long. Here's Malonzo. Malonzo takes a tough drive. This crowd just trying to will this Philippines team back into it. And the other way. From the corner, Malonzo. Foxwell, about 1.5 meters behind the arc, comes in.
Tough. That's a tough shot. A floater from the foul line distance. It's a long way out. And you have that type of touch when you're floating towards the basket is a tough shot.
Edu in the paint. 18-point lead for Australia. And offensive foul, McVeigh. Well, if Australia do go ahead and win this game, they will face either Iran or Chinese Taipei. Remember, in 2017, they beat Iran in the final. Of course, it's a different, other than Arslan Kazemi, a different Iran team and a completely different Australia team. So timeout of the court. We'll go down and listen to Coach Tim Cohn.
Too much up and down, guys. Scotty, you got to get control of the tempo a little bit, all right? You don't have to run every time, all right? Got to slow it down a little bit. Let guys get into the spots. We're just throwing the ball forward and then we're just playing, all right? You got to get into a spot, fellas. Okay? Direct him, Scotty. You're the only one who knows really what I'm talking about. All right? We're running to the corner, and then we're just standing here because we're tired. We're not getting back into position so we can run something. All right? We can run a 1-pass and split. All right? We can run a 2-pass handoff, pick and roll, going back the other way. All right? We can run a 4-pass, 3-pass.
Well, I like the advice he's providing his team. Clearly he doesn't want to get into a running game. Now, you've got to balance that because in the half court, they get bogged down because of the Australian defense. But I can understand the theory about what he's trying to do.
He can't afford to take Kim Bao out, so he's coming back in with 1:03 to go. You can see he's a bit winded, a bit tired. But what was interesting there is he said, Scotty, you're the only one, or you're the one that knows what I'm talking about. Slow it down.
No, I think you had it right the first time. He said the only one that knows what I'm talking about.
I guess it's kind of in the DNA of the Filipino players to run. And Thompson maybe I guess has played for Cone, understands. Ramos gets it up and gets it in. That's more like it. Cooks takes it deep, and he's fouled by Kiambao. I mean, the ability of Australia on the offensive end is breathtaking today.
It is, and it's not just off a missed shot that they want to really test the Philippines in transition. That's a made basket. They're getting that thing in bounds and pushing it down the floor.
You can't play better defense, at least at the rim there.
Well,
I guess you got to keep him out of the lane.
That's it. Prevention is better than cure. Got to try and slide your feet and keep them out of the paint, which is hard because all 5 guys on the floor, with perhaps the exception of Magnay, can take you off the bounce.
I think Magnay might be offended by that.
No, I don't think you would.
They're passing it around. Ramos again, 2 in a row. But this time a little long. Final shot for Australia, it appears. Cooks again, and Magnay catches it and flushes it and takes it to a 20-point lead. And that is it. Well, the gulf remains wide for Australia and this Philippines team. It's been a convincing display for the Boomers. They lead it 48-28 in the quarterfinal against Gilas.
Yeah, they've just smothered the Philippines and made life real miserable. Look at the field goal percentages, which between the 3s and the 2s, they're only at 29% overall. Perfect from the free throw line, but they've only been there 3 times.
And that you can see CJ Perez walking off with the boot on his right foot because of the injury, and Oftana, kind of symbolic of the situation that we see this Philippines team in.
Yeah, and they had a small margin at the end of the first quarter, but it was the second quarter where Australia's dominance on the boards, where they lead that category 27-16, really started to kick in. There were some good signs. You can tell that this Filipino team has got some high-quality players, but just don't have the depth. And despite the coach's pleas about trying to get some cutting and some movement, they haven't been able to do it. Magnay is just a warrior on the boards. He's got the 6 points, and they share it around. Galloway, as it's been the entire tournament, has led the way with 12 points. And Kiambao, which you spoke about, he came on and has given them an incredible spark. 11 points with shooting like that. He's got good form. So they've dug themselves a humongous hole. But, you know, it's more to it than just this game, and the way they play this second half is going to be a genuine test for them.
Yeah, it's a Philippines team that is up against it. I can't say that I'm surprised. Nothing against the Philippines, but Australia, not just one of the best teams, or maybe the best team in Asia, one of the best teams in the world. And, you know, this is a team that when we watched them go to the Olympics, they had Serbia on the ropes, leading by 24 points.
That would remind us, please.
Now, granted, you know, there's only 2 players in this team from that team, but
still some scars, my friend.
Yeah. Anyway, at halftime, 48-28, Australia on top of Philippines.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they would do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. basketball for good.
Simon, oh my. Now it's at 7.
Great clean block there.
Didn't matter on that occasion, but Edu's gonna go up for the jam. Quick turn and launch for AJ.
Oh, another block from behind. This one by Abu Wazane. And there's a ball score from the left side. I mean, Gilbeck, how many times did you see him get his shot blocked? And we've seen a couple blocks already.
Turnaround, no good. Now Lee. Pass whipped inside, and the reach and the foul, and probably felt inevitable. Taking time off the clock. Oh, one got away. Here comes Tominaga. Oh, what a block from Lawson. Unbelievable chase down by the big fella. Taves bounce pass, Hawkinson. Can Japan get stops? That's the question right now. He's doing it all today. Rebounds it while sitting on the court. And here he is again. Oh! Hello! Number 8 is great. Terrific. Here's Kai Taves. He's going to drive in, get it off. What a block from Hyatt. Going higher.
Great block.
They've also got Ramos. Brownlee gets it up. He makes it! He makes it! 3.7 seconds left. That is why you foul the three-point shooter. You foul him before he takes it. You do not run the risk with a player like Brownlee.
That is unbelievable. These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
Kevin Kimbao coming off the bench. He's got 11 points for Philippines. And it felt like his insertion at least allowed them to score, not allow Australia to pull further ahead for a while.
Yeah, that's what they needed. They needed somehow or other to get that scoreboard ticking over, because it's going to be hard to contain Australia to a score below 8. So it means you got to find a way to get some points. And I like it. It's a little old school with the way the systems they use. It's Tex Winners, a lot of the principles of Tex Winners and Phil Jackson's triangle offense. And if you can get the thing moving, and there it was when we was asking for a sub, but Jalen Galloway has just been an absolute sensation for Australia. And the combination of him and Xavier Cooks with the Kings is going to be something special. And Galloway, only across his NBL career, only averaging around, I think it was about 6 points a game. But by what we've seen, that's going to increase
ticket
significantly.
Sales. And it's going to increase ticket sales.
He's an athlete. He can finish and play above the rim. He can get out floor defensively with that
Inching closer
length.
towards a possible MVP award, in my opinion.
100% can make some really difficult for your opponents. So he's going to test them. And Brian Goorjian and Andrew Bogut, who's the new assistant coach of the Sydney Kings, they got a few toys to play with.
Wonder if Andrew would tell us what he thinks if we asked him about Galloway.
He'd be delighted with what he's seeing and the potential that he has. The other one is Rain Smith. When this all started, people in Australia wouldn't have seen a lot of Rain because he's been playing at the collegiate level. But he is a genuine find for the Cairns Taipans. He's a Tasmanian, grew up in Ulverston, but
curiously, he's had his worst shooting performance today.
He has. They've clearly locked him a
small sample size.
It is.
Couple of takes, couple of misses.
Yeah.
But so, he could go off easily for 15 in the second half.
Yeah. 13 points a game is he's shown that he can fill it up. So there's, I think right now, Adam Caporn at that halftime break, he would have been very positive. Anytime you hold any team to 28 points and below 30% shooting, you're going to be ecstatic.
Which area of the court do you think that Philippines are at their worst, really?
Well,
in their lineup, who's not doing their job?
Well, offensively is the biggest problem. 28 points puts so much pressure on your defense, and this, as you mentioned, this is the most talented team in the competition. The Australian team.
They're just not making shots. They're not moving fast enough, because it looks to me like so many times the ball stops, and all of a sudden the guy's swarmed.
Yeah, it is.
Not moving it.
It is, and it's that second and third phase. So, okay, there's action, you kick it, okay, they've got it covered. Then you've got to go to the next one and the next one, and you've got to be able to keep the ball moving. And that sounds good in theory. Coach Cohn was mentioning that in the timeouts, but the defense has really made it difficult for those types of actions to happen. And
so credit to the Australia defense, but it's not something that you wouldn't have seen on tape. You know that they're going to be coming after you.
No, and the boards is another one. That's something within your control. They're giving up 7 offensive boards. They're losing that category 16 to 27. So it's a heavily favoured for Australia. But it's those offensive boards in particular that you get punished for, because with Australia it's basically been another simple putback. Points in the paint, 22 to 6. So Australia has done an outstanding job of protecting the paint and the scoring options for the Philippines.
And seven second chance points. They've also gotten out on the break and scored 9 fast break points for Australia, none for the Philippines.
Well, that's how they've been built. Adam Caporn, you don't have to be a basketball savant to look at the boomers and see the way in which he wants to play. Really wants to push the ball down the floor, use his athleticism. And that might be okay here at the Asia Cup, but when you get to the next level, World Cup and the Olympic Games, yeah, you still want to play that way, but you've got to find a balance, because you're playing against teams that some of them, not all of them, have a little bit more talent, can do that a little bit better than what Australia can. So you got to find plan B and possibly plan C to deal with the might of the basketball world.
We know it is
We're not going to put them away in
mighty.
the third. Yep. But just keep your fucking foot on their neck and just keep sending this lead out.
Be us, be us.
Man. Do it through defense.
We're going to have the ball. If we make it, we are in disruption. Pick them up, and it's just loud and aggressive. Now, we haven't seen this play here where they get these cross screens for him. 5 there on the side of help. It's wherever this weak side guard is, plant in there and give support, and just 3-quarter top blocking. He runs in the post. We haven't seen too many post-ups. He dribbles. Come. Do not give him a layup. Do that. Yeah. I would expect him to start 28. Yep. So we'll sort our matchups. Be really good on reds. All stuff we've talked about. Here is our first play. It's our ball. We're going to get it in. Foxy, Galloway, save. McVeigh, punt screen off.
I heard Dean Vickerman, the associate head coach,
Yep.
say, keep smashing them on the boards.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although with a better Australian accent.
No, that's, you know, you're battling away. It's a hell of an effort. But the Philippines, for mine, have to find a way to get Brownlee some more touches and better looks. He's only taken 4 field goal attempts. Now, that's because he's just been smothered. He catches it on the box. There's a double team. You heard Adam Capehorn there. If he does go to the box, he wants the 3-quarter front, and they've been doing a good job of not allowing those catches, but somehow or other, he is the man for the Philippines. And 2 of 4, he's got 8 points, and they've been hard fought. One of those was a 4-point play early on in the contest. But whatever he's got in his bag of tricks, whatever actions they can do to get Brownlee going, it's desperately needed. Kiambo's been.
Capehorn anticipated that Kiambao was going to start, but he's not. In fact, they're going to bring in Aguilar, perhaps to try to help out inside with Edu, and they're not going to start Junimar Fajardo. Scan in the QR code to get the FIBA Asia Cup app in your smartphone.
Why would they be starting Kevin Kiambao?
I don't know. He's tired, maybe? Maybe he just likes him coming off the bench.
10, 12 minutes of halftime rest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Maybe trying to confuse Australia. Oh. And Cooks palms the ball.
Yep.
Or I guess that's officially called traveling.
Carrying the ball. You see it a lot. You don't always see it called. It was a correct call, but you see a lot of those go unwhistled.
Nice handoff. Edu fouled and has a chance for a 3-point play.
And it's the perfect antidote to the ball pressure. The back cut is what triggered that action. Out of the corner, they were trying to deny it. And the back cut and the pass right there, when you're overplaying, requires help. Dish off, relatively easy too.
More of that, please, if you are a fan of the Philippines. And if not, less of that. Here's Galloway, Foxwell, and Magne goes for the ball. It's going to be Cooks that picks up the rebound and put back.
Well, right there, that's inexcusable. There were 3 yellow jerseys fighting for the ball, and there was no blue singlets in there to compete.
And remember what Dean Vickerman said before they came out. Keep smashing them on the boards. Nice shot from Dwight Ramos. Brownlee denying McVeigh the basketball. Foxwell gets open. Oh my goodness.
He doesn't lose confidence. Foxwell. He's missed a few. He was 2 of 8 before that last one. Still shot it like he was 7 of 8.
Aguilar, nice pass. Ramos took his time. Had to look for space, but got it up. Got it in.
Some good signs here for the Philippines. They're starting to get that scoreboard ticking over. 7 points already in the quarter, and they've only played 2 minutes.
Out to Foxwell, the 21-year-old, playing beyond his years. How good will he become? That's the question.
Yeah, he's just year in, year out, he gets better.
Scratching the surface of his potential.
He's pretty good already, but he's still got plenty more to give as he learns more about the game.
Edu, that's well short.
Terrible shot.
Cooks gets it in the kitchen, gets blocked from behind.
See, if if I'm Brownlee with Cooks, he's not going to hurt you from the three-point line. Stay off. Just really get into the paint, because this is what he's super elite at, and that is getting to the rim.
Here's the man you got to guard, Galloway. Oh my, it's like a free throw for him.
It's unbelievable.
It's easier than a free throw.
Really.
It's like a layup.
Yeah, it is. Just incredible three-point shooting.
Does he shoot it this well down under?
Yeah, he does. Well, not this well, because right now, this is just insane. Before today, he 73% from the three-point line. And that's just outrageous.
Well, they got their biggest lead now, 24 points. Ramos for three. Battles out. Felt like they were making progress, but Australia just taking it to a different level. Three-point shot, McVeigh, and a tap from McVeigh. Magnay.
Yeah. Again, no body on him. He's tapped that in completely uncontested.
Ramos gets it in. Nice drive. Back to 24 points. The deficit.
Seems like the offensive end, they've fixed a few things up at halftime.
But this end, it
still needs a bit of work.
Nice hand. Oh! Cooks missed the dunk.
You got a flat tire going up.
That's a good way to put it. Brownlee. And scores. Chance for a three-point play. Well, when you get a flat, you're going to go to the spare. And there's probably no better spare than Jack White. Jumping Jack White.
Called a block on Magnay. And this is encouraging for Brownlee. Sees one go in, goes to the free throw line, picks up another bucket.
Back to 22-point deficit. Short. And it goes to Edu. Slipped through the hands or the fingers. Scotty Thompson got it! When is a missed free throw a good free throw?
When you get the offensive boards.
And get a three! 61-42, Philippines, a little bit of basketball god intervention. And then the wide open three, Thompson doesn't miss.
Where you go fucking really switch on to him. So you fight over a bit more than you've been doing right now. Okay. You keep fight over yard to yard, still red.
Go for the cutting, where the corners are over the cutting. No more globalists. Stay down with the hand. No back cuts. Just guard them. When you come help, come early. Come in late with it. Come early, take a charge. Here's the play. Davo's got it. Galloway. Other way. Galloway, over the top. Hit Whitey. Curl off Magnay. Galloway, curl off him. Galloway, curl off him. Whitey, if it's not over, go side pick and roll. Dave on Magnay. Go with that. Here we go.
Yeah, a big focus initially from Dean Vickerman on the defensive end, and they set up this play. It's going to go to Galloway off an elbow cut. I'm guessing here. Let's see if I get it right. I reckon there's going to be some sort of Iverson cut. Hit the elbow, and Galloway.
Oh, Scott Thompson fell, chased back.
Oh no.
2-3 zone.
That's what blew the play up. I think it was. We saw the Iverson cut by Galloway, but they went into a 2-3 zone after the timeout.
They still get it into White for an easy one.
Yeah. And I mind that after the timeout because you know that Australia was going to set something up. It kind of blows up any specifically drawn up play when you have the zone.
Over to Edu, wide open corner. Stays at this end. Ramos got McVeigh off his feet, slides to his right. Edu keeps it alive, but he goes out of bounds. Brain Smith replaces McVeigh. One Croc, is that right? For another? No,
which one? McVeigh.
Yep.
He's going to be. He's going for the Taipans.
Taipan, sorry,
Yes.
one Taipan for another. Galloway, a rare miss for him. Used to have the Townsville Crocs, right?
We did many years ago.
Here is Aguilar. Nice shot from the veteran.
Staying with this 2-3 zone.
Entry pass. Oh, he gets rejected. Hickey. Knowing Hickey, he's probably going to try to dunk the next one. Look at this.
Edo with just good timing.
Edu's definitely shown us some good basketball in this Asia Cup. He's taken a step forward. Just has to keep working hard. Oh, nice read. Scotty Thompson. Interception on the inbounds pass. Nowhere to go. And look at the coverage from Australia hustling back down the floor. Excellent work. Well, that was good read by Thompson, and he's got to give Australia credit for getting down. D, nice pass, Aguilar. Oh, the rejection from Jack White. The SWAT. We're gonna have to start calling Jack White the Sultan, and he makes the three.
What a sequence. Outstanding with the block. And then comes back and splashes a three. That's an area of his game that's really improved over the last 2 or 3 years. Still got some work to do, but it has gotten a whole lot better.
Well, he went upstairs for the block, one of the blocks of the tournament on that.
Look at the D.
Pump fake. Brownlee back to Ramos. And good effort. Edu keeping their faint hopes alive. Philippines down 20. Extra effort plays show up on the scoreboard. White, another three attempt. And this time it's long. Here's Brownlee, the hero of the game against Saudi Arabia. Edu takes it in. Great defense again by the enforcer. White not having any of it. And Hickey misses. Well, early in the shot clock.
Well, the zone defense is going to be effective if it keeps Australia on the perimeter. Yes, they can beat you from there, as we've seen, but it's taking away the penetration.
Thompson missing, and White just registering blocks and rebounds and points like every 5 seconds. And the bump will send Hickey to the line.
You know, they've been effective. The last 3 possessions, they've come up empty, and they were in a zone, and for whatever reason, they just went back to a man. Look at Jack White.
My goodness, that's one of the blocks of the tournament.
Outstanding.
Jack White, who before the game, we spoke to him and talked about how his one regret at Duke was that he wasn't able to double major with evolutionary anthropology.
He's a smart kid. He's taking his talents to Turkey. He played the last NBL season with Melbourne United. When the season finished, he went and won a championship in Germany. And then...
with FC Bayern.
Yes, and very famous team. And now he's off to Turkey.
Coached by Gordy Herbert, in fact, last year. The coach, or now coach, also going to be the Canada national team coach. He coached Germany to the world title in 2023. Here's Ramos. Hickey doesn't wait around. A little Euro step, gets it over to Rain Smith, off again, and this is McVeigh coming from behind and knocking it out of bounds.
Great find by Hickey. Knew he had Smith on the wing, drew the traffic by getting to the rim, kick out pass, well executed. Operation successful. Patient didn't quite make it with the missed shot.
Kimball. Rain Smith with a push on Brownlee.
The switch up the top that brought about that mismatch.
Henschel's coming into the game. See the Galos fans looking on in hope. 1:10 remaining in the third quarter. You still have that little bit of extra hope while you're in the third quarter, and then the pressure really begins in the fourth when you look at that scoreboard. Kimball back in the game. Misses from deep. Well, he's had a rest. Henschel, that's off.
Way off.
Edu. And fouled by McVeigh. So 3 free throws for AJ Edu. Plays his basketball in Japan.
Went to University of Toledo collegiately from only recently came out of school. 2013 he graduated. Grew up in Cyprus, then moved to England. Played for the Bristol Flyers and the Swansea Storm in the youth leagues throughout England.
Nice. Bristol's one of the great cities, in my opinion. Oh, look at this drive. Oh, and the miss. And this time, Cooks missed a dunk because he was fouled. Hickey just really puts pressure on that defense, just attacks it.
Dash Daniels getting his first opportunity in this game. He's played in all the games, averaging 7 minutes a game, so he's wonderful experience for him to learn about the Boomers culture. He's another one that's in the Next Stars program in the NBL competition in Australia. He's going to be playing for Melbourne United.
He makes the first coach. What do you think is the single most important thing that he's learned about Boomers culture on this trip?
Well, hopefully, most importantly, it's the honor and privilege. And then, secondly, it's about making sure that you fulfill your role. And it's all about the name on the front of the jersey, not the back of the jersey. Which it is. He's just a fine, fine young man.
Newsom, Kimball gets the 3 up and in. Now, Kimball's definitely been good.
Excellent, in fact.
14 points, 4 of 6 from 3. Final seconds, ticking off the clock. It's a 19-point lead for the Boomers. Hickey drives in, Cooks with the follow, this time unsuccessful. And a long shot by Dwight Ramos. A lot closer than his previous one. And Australia still in command. Much better quarter for Philippines, who in fact, have they won that quarter? They indeed 22-21. So that's progress. Australia lead it 69-50 at the end of 3.
Yeah, well, it's a much improved performance at the offensive end. We're talking about them for the most part of the first half being in the low 30s and even below that as their shooting percentages. But as we mentioned in that halftime break, it seems like they've found some solutions on the offensive end. They just haven't been able to get the stops, but the better ball movement, the back cuts, the passing's been a little slicker, minimising the turnovers. And despite all the pressure that Australia is putting on, they've only had 4 turnovers in the game. Australia's had more of 7, so there's a lot to like about the way in which the Philippines have come out in this second half. Now, the hole they've dug would make for one of the all-time greatest comebacks in the history of Asian basketball if they were able to find a way to get out of this one. But, hey, there's some real positive signs about the way they play. Just too much size. The size and the rebound has really started to kick in. 27, the Philippines, 40, Australia is the rebound count.
I wouldn't say the Philippines are small, although we haven't seen much of June Fajardo since the first quarter.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't think we've seen him at all since the first quarter. Scanning the QR code to get Courtside 1891 in your smartphone so you can watch live streaming, extended highlights, stay up to date with the world of international basketball, which includes watching many a great warm-up game, friendly game before the FIBA Eurobasket, which is coming up. And you know that's going to be a sensational event.
Just a wonderful tournament, the European tournament.
You'll be watching it. There's Ramos.
You'll be calling it.
Here we go. Carl Tamayo, short.
I envy you.
Well,
be there first hand.
Important people are listening. Maybe you'll find yourself there one day.
It's a long way, but boy, would that be a treat to see that tournament.
Oh boy, pass down low, Magne, and they just can't afford empty possessions right now if you are Philippines, and you got to really lock down. Otherwise, you're exiting the tournament. Tamayo on the baseline. Oh, unlucky, but there's Newsom. Kiambao from the left corner. Another one. 5th three-pointer of the day. He's starting to maybe compete with Brownlee for being the best player in this tournament for Philippines.
He's not going to be able to get that to that level, but in this game here, he's certainly been the Philippines' best player against the best team in the competition.
Here he is. Yeah, I think it's hard to surpass Brownlee for what he accomplished in a couple of games for the Philippines, certainly. Here's Newsom, short. Don't understand why that ball is so short. Get up on the rim. Cooks, behind the back pass, gets away from Magne. I mean, I think Cook's pass was so good, Magne wasn't ready for it.
It's 100% exactly what happened. Did not expect the wrap around behind the back by Cooks.
Look at this, right here. Look what's in the kitchen. Well, I think he was ready. He just didn't get it. And look at Kiambao just knocking in the threes. Well, it's back to an 18-point deficit. You know, you get a couple of stops, you get a couple of threes, and then all of a sudden you start to dream. If you're Gilas, Kiambao again, that's off. The Olympian with the rebound. There he goes. Now Cooks again. Or Cook. Cook's pass to McVeigh. Hickey. Look at Cooks get the rebound. That can't be possible. Being boxed out by Tamayo, but he does. He just has a nose for the ball. And McVeigh punishes Philippines for not getting the rebound.
Really smooth. Just a one-on-one contest on the wing. And the step back by McVeigh. Smooth.
So back to 20 points, the advantage. Brownlee saves it, gets it to Edu. Brownlee gets a shot up. Hickey had the hand in the face. Good defense. McVeigh turns. Shielded, but still scores over Newsom.
Size advantage. McVeigh at 2:01.
Back to a 22-point advantage, 6.5 minutes remaining. Here's Brownlee. His pass intercepted. Boomers everywhere, not allowing for any room to maneuver for the Philippines. It just feels like Australia too big, too strong, too fast, too talented. And Philippines have played hard in this they played hard in that third quarter. They won it. But again, you're trying to dig yourself out of a big hole that exists because of what happened in the first half.
Well, this second half, they've been highly competitive, and they want to continue to finish strong. Some stuff to build on. They get precious little opportunities to play against this level. In official competitions, that Australia's only played the Philippines 5 times, which is
They will play in the World Cup qualifiers
surprise.
coming up, though, which is going to be great.
Yeah.
It's Australia, New Zealand, Guam, and Philippines. So I think for fans in Australia, that's something to get excited about. Get to face the Tall Blacks twice, and the Philippines, and Guam.
Well, the only time that the Philippines have beaten Australia, you've got to go back to the 1974 World Championships, which, and this is off the top of my head, I think was in Puerto Rico. And it was a 1-point win to the Philippines, 100 to 101. So some real legends of Australian basketball would have been playing back then, and lost a heartbreaker.
You would have been 7?
65 I was born. So
great year, 65. That's
a little older. Yep, 9, but young man.
Father Time is undefeated. Yeah. Here's Jack McVeigh, missing it, and Newsom. Foxwell falls down. Kim Bao. Edu goes right at Wessels and is fouled. AJ Edu. Wessels has got a promising future. There's no doubt about that.
Coming up for his senior year at St. Mary's.
Love those college days, Andrew. I don't know about you, but I always think fondly of them. I'm sure these guys, especially a player like him, he's staying at 4 years at St. Mary's, right? I mean, that's like a rare breed. Jack White stayed 4 years at Duke.
Yeah, and he's looking for a big year. Across his time, he's averaged about 13 minutes a game.
Maybe his minutes will go up this year as well.
For sure.
Great coach. Here's Randy Bennett. Here you go, up to Kim Bao. Oh, Kim Bao lost his handle.
Got the caught between thinking pass or shoot.
Galloway, nowhere to go. Hands it off to White.
Long two.
Good job, Malonzo, getting the basketball ahead of Foxwell. Newsom back to Brownlee. The cutting Edu misses the reverse. Another chance. It's Brownlee.
Despite a 20-point lead and 5 minutes to go, you can't help but respect the passion of the Filipino fans.
Yeah.
Riding every single possession. It's a beautiful thing.
Players trying hard, just can't get the drop, and that's kind of the shot that Philippines did not make at the other end to take it up to a 22-point lead here in winning time. Brownlee.
Foul's going to be on Jack White. Could have raffled it. Wessels might have been a candidate. He came in late.
Who do you think the player of the game is for Australia, Andrew?
Well, it's an interesting one because they have shared it around. It's hard to go past Galloway. He set the tone really early on with that explosive start. But Jack White with the 8 points and 7 rebounds has been, and the defensive end with a couple of block shots. He's been solid. Dash Daniels back in it again, along with Rain Smith. Smith's been quite scoreless in this one. He's been averaging 13 and change points per game.
Could be Magna as well. He's pretty much dominated.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of
candidates because everybody contributes. Foxwell. This is Foxwell's world. We're just living in it, driving in.
Well, he's up to 15 points now as well. So he's been solid.
You know, my favorite play of this game, looking back as Philippines attack, I think it has to be Jack White's block. And then he goes down the other end and hits the three. For me, that's the best sequence of the game for Australia because at that point, it seemed like Philippines were trying to get a foothold, maybe fight their way back, and he just said, we're not having it. Here is Foxwell missing. Here's Jack White. Speak of the devil, Rain Smith puts it up, front and back, out. Bannon with the offensive rebound and put back.
He's moved from the Brisbane Bullets to the Jack Jumpers. The upcoming season, missed a chunk of last season with injury.
I love my Jack Jumpers. I got to watch them. We watched them play
in a Continental Cup.
Fantastic club.
Yeah,
really. Go live in Tassie. One
of the great sporting stories in, I think, Australian sports history. The way that a new franchise comes in and 3 years later, 3 seasons later, they've won a trophy. That's highly unusual.
And nice drive and bucket. Henshaw. Oh, nice step. Gets it back. A little bit
short-armed it.
There's Newsom. So final 2.5 minutes playing out here. Australia going to win this. Henshaw makes up for the miss, and now he might take it all the way. No, he's going to make the bounce pass. And the Jack Jumper. Bannon doesn't want to be helped up by Newsom. So watch this.
Good hands by Ben Henshaw.
Ray Smith rattles out. Kiambao stays with it. Here's Newsom.
Excellent defense. It's been a tough night at the office for Chris Newsom. He's yet to score. 0-5 from the field.
It's kind of the defensive.
Yeah.
I think hailed more for his defense. and maybe more responsibility hoisted upon him on his shoulders or whatever with some of the injuries.
He's renowned in the Philippines, 2024 PBA Finals MVP, so he's capable of playing at a high level. Oh,
and Smith spins, gets the pass, goes over Foxwell. So this Australia team is headed towards the semifinal. They've pretty much got 1 foot in the semifinal and probably 1.5 feet in the semifinal by this stage. Nobody's going to stop them.
I'm willing to go a step further and say both those puppies are in. 23 points up, minute 30 to go. You got to be feeling pretty good about your chances.
Henshaw the other way. So they will face the winner of Iran or Chinese Taipei in their semifinal. They will be prohibitive favorites in that one. But of course, I guess we don't need to get too far ahead of ourselves. Still have 3 other quarterfinals to go. But I think everybody knows this is probably the team to beat.
Henshaw's coming in and making up for lost time.
81-58. Gilas fans applauding their national team.
I love it. Just the respect. They've fought hard. They know what they're up against. And in the low-scoring 4th period, but that second half by the Philippines, it's something they can look back on and be really proud of. When you dig yourself a hole, that shows some character and coming in.
They were only outscored 19-16 in the second quarter. So those are the rebounding numbers. That's an area where they were just really.
Yeah, the tone was set really in that first quarter, 29-12.
Wow, that's hard to come back from.
Yeah, it's a real dent. Not just on the scoreline, but it's your confidence. You start second-guessing yourself. But
it's kind of like Australia come out throwing haymakers and making and landing them on every possible
got to be careful when you use the term haymakers, because people just hark back to 2018 when there was just a really unsavory incident.
That's true. I shouldn't say that.
13 players ejected. And
coming out and just blistering shooting display.
I like it.
And they do. I mean, they just look like they're just making free throws. 55.3 seconds left. Skylar Thompson back in the game. I guess to crown it, the exciting moment for Philippines was winning that qualification to the quarterfinal against Saudi Arabia, knocking out the hosts. Winning that one in overtime. Boy, that looked like some contact there. Here's Dash.
Play to get him a shot. Simple rip. Let him catch it on the elbow, clear it out, and let him get to the rim.
You think there's a chance we'll see him in the Australia team in the qualifiers, Dash Daniels?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that
come November,
you look at the results here, and even not a lot of these guys played in the qualifiers to get to this tournament, and it's going to be the same with a lot of players playing overseas and the travel that's involved. But
I would assume that Adam would want the majority of this team if they're available there.
Well, he's not going to be there for a lot of it.
Oh, that's true, because he's going to be stateside, isn't he?
Yeah, Dean Vickerman is going to be taking the head coaching responsibilities for a lot of the qualifying.
Oh. great that you have the luxury of such high quality coaches to be able to fill in. Ball batted out of bounds. .9 seconds left. Philippines gave it their best. They just really were on the back foot from the very beginning. Just really kind of almost run out of the arena in that opening phase of the game. There's Dash Daniels. We're going to see Dash with a splash. No, they want to say that. Have to hold it. So Australia win it 84-60. Convincing victory over Philippines. They march on to the semifinals of the FIBA Asia Cup. They're two-time defending champions, looking good.
Yeah, real workmanlike performance by the Australian team. Set the tone early, a blistering 29-point quarter, but it was at both ends. The defense just smothered the Philippines early on. They couldn't get Brownlee going, who's been their star. Brownlee eventually worked his way to 10 points and 3 of 7 shooting, so he just did not get the quality and the volume of looks that they needed. And Australia completely dominated the boards. And as such, they generated a lot of transition baskets, which is their calling card right now. They get out and run, push the ball, and when you've got this depth of talent, you can do that for long periods of time, because the guys coming in off the bench, you really don't lose all that much with some of these guys coming in off the bench. Will
Magnay. Hey, there you go. MVP. Big smile. See if the Boomers go and celebrate with him after this.
It's tradition. They all do it. All the teams do it.
I like it. All the Boomers are still here, and now they're going to go and celebrate.
Perfect 5 of 5, Will Magnay. He had the 10 points, 6 rebounds.
So look at that, the 11 of 30 for Australia from deep, 9 of 12 at the line. Just a outstanding effort. 57 rebounds to 36. Foxwell, I mean, Galloway was terrific. Kim Bao was really good today as well for the Philippines coming out. So congratulations to Australia for moving on. And as always, it's been a great joy to have the Philippines national team here competing. They always bring so much to the FIBA Asia Cup, and their fans, if they're not the best fans in the world, I don't know who are. I mean, they just love them no matter what, and they show out.
They do. They show up and shout out and really give a lot of support. And the way in which they're honoured their team after a 24-point loss is just got tremendous respect for the way in which they travel and support their team. As I mentioned at the start, the #1 basketball fan base, really. They just are so dedicated to basketball right throughout the world, and they got some good players. This emerging Filipino team, Jordan Clarkson, when he was there and what they did, had some good performances at the World Cup, so they have got a lot to look forward to, but just the might of the Australian team, the depth, and the Olympian, Jack McVeigh.
I think where they messed up is, you can't, if you want to go farther in this tournament, you can't afford to lose games at the beginning, at the front end. And remember, they lost their first couple of games.
What you need to win.
You got to win your games.
It's hard, though, because the preparation time for a lot of these teams, it is a very small window.
Yeah.
And so it's an excuse, but a lot of teams have to deal with it, and they perhaps didn't deal with it as well as what they would like, but that win over Saudi will be memorable.
It will.
And
I'm sure there's going to be some big successful moments for Philippines moving forward. Maybe we'll see them on the podium again. They were they did reach the final back in 2013, 2015. it's definitely gotten harder to make it that far with Australia, New Zealand, Guam coming into the competition from Oceania. But the better the competition, the better it makes you be, I guess. And you look, so Australia up at the top, and they will face the winner of Iran, Chinese Taipei, and on the right we've got China, Korea tomorrow, as well as New Zealand, Lebanon.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to miss. This is going to be my last game for the tournament, but
don't make me cry now.
You and Pero.
Oh,
please. Hey, but an honour to sit alongside you, Jeff. You do an amazing job, and appreciate all the help.
You bring the best out of me, Gazy.
I appreciate it.
It's been great. It's been great having Andrew Gaze. Thanks everybody for watching. Congratulations, the Boomers. Keep on booming.